Have you ever suddenly gone silent and asked yourself who you really are? What do you actually want in life? If so, congratulations, you've just opened the door to a more meaningful journey. If not, relax, it's never too late to start asking these questions. It might sound philosophical, but the wrong answer can determine where your life will go. The problem is that not everyone dares to ask, let alone search for the answer. Why? Because the answer is often uncomfortable. It can make us realize that we've just been going with the flow, living according to others' expectations, or perhaps never truly knowing what makes us happy. But don't rush to feel stressed. Finding the answer to this question is not something you have to do overnight. This process sometimes takes time, sometimes requires experiences that are not always pleasant. However, the sooner you start looking for the answer, the sooner you can live more consciously and in alignment with what you truly want. So instead of continuing to live life on autopilot, take some time to reflect, what is it that you actually want? Not because of what others say, not because of trends, but truly from within your heart. Maybe the answer won't immediately appear, but the important thing is that you've started asking. That is the first extraordinary step. Now, let's talk about the past. Have you ever thought, I am like this because of what happened in the past? Or if only I had experienced that, my life would be different now. Many people feel that their past is a burden that keeps following them, seemingly determining the course of their lives. But the influence of the past depends on how you choose to respond to it. The past may have shaped certain foundations in your life, but it does not mean you must remain trapped in old stories. The choice is in your hands. Will you remain a prisoner of your past, or will you start writing a new story? Have you ever felt burned out? That inner voice saying, it's okay, I'll just take a break, or this is my nature. This is who I am, when in reality, you're just stuck in a cycle. The truth is, you don't have to be the same person as yesterday, or even the same person from 10 minutes ago. You are not bound by a permanent contract that prevents you from changing. Your identity is mostly formed from experiences, people's words, and social standards ingrained since childhood. Think about when you were little. You didn't have a concept of who you were. You were just a curious child, constantly learning. But over time, people started labeling you. Oh, you're a quiet child, you're not good at math, or you're stubborn. After a while, you started accepting these labels as truth, and unconsciously, you became what they said you were. But all of that is just a story repeated in your mind. The good news, you can change that story. You have the right to edit and improve your identity, making it more radiant and meaningful. Instead of blaming yourself for who you are or what you've done, focus on becoming a kinder, wiser version of yourself. If you often feel bad about yourself, work on self-improvement or seek support from others. I challenge you to start recognizing the habits and beliefs that shape you. Ask yourself, is this really me, or is this just what I've become? Perhaps there are parts of you that don't fit anymore. You have the right to change them because nothing is set in stone. Update whatever can be improved to become a better version of yourself. Many people focus only on the end goal. I want to be healthier, or I want to be successful. But such changes often don't last because they chase results without redefining their identity. Instead of pretending to be someone who wants to be healthy, become someone who truly values a healthy lifestyle. For example, instead of saying, I'm dieting because others do, say, I am someone who takes care of my body. This shift in identity leads to lasting changes. If you want to be a writer, start with the habit of writing daily, even if it's just one paragraph. If you want to be more confident, practice speaking assertively, even if you feel nervous at first. If you want to be healthier, start by walking for 10 minutes each day. Every time you practice a new habit, you build evidence for a new identity. The more often you act according to the identity you want, the stronger it becomes. Over time, you are no longer trying to change, you truly become the person you aspire to be. Have you ever felt like your life is a cassette playing on repeat? The same problems, the same habits, the same results? If so, you might still be stuck in an old pattern without realizing it. Imagine driving a car, but your GPS keeps taking you to the same road, even when you want to go somewhere new. This GPS represents the programming of your past. If you don't change it, your life will keep running in circles. Our brains like familiarity, even if old patterns make us unhappy. Change feels uncomfortable because the brain prefers known paths over uncertainty. But the first step to change is clarity, knowing where you want to go. Many people want change, but they aren't sure what they actually want. Saying I want to be successful or I want to be happy is too vague. What kind of success? What kind of happiness? Try visualizing your future self. What kind of habits does that version of you have? What choices does that version of you make? Once you have a clear vision, act according to that new version of yourself. You don't have to change completely overnight. Just take one small step each day. If you want to be more confident, straighten your shoulders and speak more firmly. If you want to be more productive, turn off notifications and focus on your work for 30 minutes. If you want to be healthier, replace one unhealthy food with a better option. But if you persist, these small actions will become part of your new identity. So dare to take a new path today. Imagine two versions of yourself, one clinging to old habits and comfort, the other striving for growth and new experiences. Don't obey that voice, let it be there, but keep making the changes you've planned. Give your brain proof that you can do new things. Over time, your old self will weaken, and your new self will become stronger. If you never fail, it means you are still playing within your comfort zone. Failure is proof that you are challenging yourself and leveling up. Think of it like playing a game. The higher the level, the harder the challenges, but that's where the excitement lies. True change takes time. If you plant a tree, you can't force it to grow overnight. You have to water it, give it sunlight, and patiently wait for its roots to strengthen. If you fail, don't stop. Try again. Evaluate what can be improved.